Howdy, it's Strasz from the VRChat team. Today, I'm going to be talking about a new feature that we've just launched into open beta, paid subscriptions. VRChat has a lot of creators, avatar and world makers, streamers, role players, comedians, actors, musicians, dancers, and many, many more. Wouldn't it be great if you could easily support them from within the VRChat client? Maybe even help turn their hobby into something that could help pay the bills. Paid subscriptions allow everyone in VRChat to support the creators they love directly. Likewise, it lets creators build out unique experiences. It's a way to say thank you to the people that are directly helping them. With the systems we're launching, creators will be able to hook subscriptions directly into Udon, meaning that you'll be able to create rad, brand new experiences for your supporters. To translate that a bit, that means that creators can now easily make things like VIP rooms and their instances that only their subscribers can access. Or maybe they could have a special car or jet that's only available if you're a supporter. Or maybe supporters can get a special icon above their head in their instances. Or, for event runners, priority or exclusive access to your events. There's a lot to go over here, so let's get into it. Over the last few years, we've been talking about introducing something we've called the creator economy. We first mentioned it in 2021, and then later again earlier this year. There are so many creators in VRChat doing so many incredible things, and we really wanted to have a way for their communities to be able to support them from within VRChat. Our goal was to make our system easy to use, low friction for players, and scalable. That meant spending a lot of time designing a brand new system from the ground up, as well as figuring out the best way to introduce monetization like this into VRChat. This isn't just an important step for our creators, it's also an important step for us. We're a company, we want VRChat to grow, but we want to do it alongside our creators in the healthiest way possible. In short, we decided a good place to start was with paid subscriptions. This isn't where we'll be stopping, however. We have so much more in store, but more on that later. For now though, let's talk about how we'll be rolling out paid subscriptions. The first step will be with open beta. That starts today. As is usually the case with an open beta, anyone who wants to will be able to opt in and participate. There's one major catch though. Players will be able to subscribe to creators, but not everyone will be able to sign up to make money from their creations just yet. After this period, likely around 2 weeks for the open beta, paid subscriptions will be released. However, folks that can actually sell stuff will be limited to a select group of creators. Over time, we'll gradually let more and more people use these tools to monetize their creations. Why are we doing it like this? Simple. This system has a lot of complex moving parts, and we don't want things to go from 0 to 100 in the span of one afternoon. After we're confident that everything is working as intended, and we've ironed out any late-stage bugs, we'll start rapidly ramping up how many creators can join in. We'll continue doing this until we reach a point we're comfortable with. So, now that you know what the rollout's going to look like, let's talk about details. First, we're not going to be able to dive deeply into every system in this video. Instead, we strongly suggest that those looking for more precise detail check out our documentation. But here's the short version. All VRChat players can now purchase VRChat credits. You can spend these credits on certain perks that creators can set via groups. In general, you'll go to a creator's group page, click the store button, and then be presented with a list of things you can purchase. These individual perks are known as subscriptions. You can purchase one for a certain amount of time, say a month, 3 months, or even a year. One small note, these are not recurring. We're working on ways to let people have a recurring subscription, but don't have it ready yet, and we aren't quite sure when it will be ready either. So instead, our version of a subscription is just a prepaid set of time for a creator. Creators will be able to do a variety of things with the tools that are available right now. For example, they could use a subscription to unlock a special room in their world, or maybe a special item that only certain roles can use. Group roles can also be used to give certain members access to specific instances. Paid subscriptions work with Udon, so we anticipate creators will likely come up with all sorts of interesting things for players to experience. Our goal is to get as much money into the hands of creators as possible, while also keeping enough to support the infrastructure required to keep VRChat running. 50% goes directly to creators, 30% goes to the platform, Steam, Meta, Google, etc., and the remaining 20% goes to VRChat and our payment processor. These numbers are simplified a bit, but should represent how VRChat credits flow through the creator economy. Once again, please check out our documentation for specific info. Up until now, the VRChat community has mostly been building things out of nothing but a desire to express themselves, as well as just an overwhelming creative spirit. That's awesome, and it's part of what makes VRChat so special. Throwing money into the mix, understandably, might make some nervous. Will it change the nature of VRChat? Will everyone just lose that spark? Probably not, because in reality, folks have been buying and selling stuff here for a long time. It's just been a huge pain for everyone involved. We're confident that paid subscriptions will make the lives of our creators and their supporters much easier. Instead of having to set up off-platform accounts, figure out integrations, advertise where people can go to support you, make sure those supporters are getting their proper rewards, and everything else creators have to go through right now, you can just use paid subscriptions. With paid subscriptions, if you want to set up paid private instances or give supporters cool indicators over their heads like they're your little chill little dudes, well, you can do just that. You'll have all the information and tools you need on one platform, VRChat. We hope that the system inspires new creators in VRChat, and we hope that it also helps old creators who haven't been able to find success with off-platform support systems. Oh, and to help with discovery, we'll be adding a marketplace section to the VRChat menu. And of course, the creator economy isn't just for creators. We think your supporters, old and new, will appreciate how much easier we're making the process of supporting you. Earlier we mentioned that we wouldn't be stopping with paid subscriptions, so let's talk about what we mean. Paid subscriptions will be a great tool for many creators, but they won't do everything for everyone, and we know that. This is the first system we're putting into VRChat to allow creators to receive support directly from their fans, and it won't be the only one. Think of this as the foundational release, where we spend a ton of time creating a stable, reliable starting point. We'll be working hard to expand the system as much as possible, as well as to introduce entirely different ways for creators to get paid in VRChat. However, well, I'll be honest. In the past, we've been really bad at saying, hey, we'll be adding more to the system in the future, and then going radio silent. We really don't want to do that here. As mentioned before, this is a really important system to get right for the health of VRChat. Quite frankly, it's one of the most important things we've ever added. But we know that just saying that isn't enough. So we want to make sure that you know exactly when you'll get to learn about what's next. On January 18th, we'll have another developer update where we'll share as much as we can about what's next, when it's happening, and responding to your feedback and questions. We've been working really hard on getting this right. Thank you so much for your patience as we roll this out over the next coming weeks. We're excited to see the interesting and creative ways you use the systems that we've built today. And don't worry, if our current systems don't exactly fit your needs, we have a lot in store for you on our roadmap. Please keep an eye out for future updates. As always, thank you for loving VRChat as much as we do. We'll see you next time.